What if you could spend less time hustling for every single book sale and more time actually writing? Today, I'm showing you how to automate parts of your book marketing, build sales funnels that keep working while you sleep, and finally, break free from the feast or famine sales cycle. This is the 9th part in a 12-part series about the ultimate guide to selling more books as an indie author. To find out more about how to automate your book sales so you can write more books, stick around. Looking for a smarter way to get your book in front of more readers? Book Award Pro makes it dead simple to find the perfect awards and even snag some extra reviews along the way. I've used them for years now, and it's how I've picked up 43 awards across 12 books. I personally run the Essentials plan for award and review matches, and I even use their free starter plan to keep all my other books plugged in. Check them out over at dalelinks.com/bookawardpro. That's my affiliate link and longtime sponsor of this podcast. If you're serious about leveling up your author career, start stacking some awards and reviews the easy way. That's dalelinks.com/bookawardpro. All right, let's go ahead and just kind of go into this 3-part segmentation here of today's podcast. Why automation matters for authors. Oh my goodness. You could probably give me any number of reasons why automation is important. Now, you're probably saying, Dale, what the heck is automation? Well, it means setting things up on autopilot so that way you can focus on other stronger aspects of your business or leaning into your strengths as an author. You just can't out-hustle a broken system here, folks. If you try to do everything yourself 24/7, I promise you, you're going to get burnt out. Manual promotion, that equals burnout. I mean, just sitting down like, oh gosh, I've got to go and tweet today, or I've got to post something on Instagram. Oh, here we go. You're going to get burnt out in due time. Now, building automated systems, yes, this is where it means you're working smarter, not harder. I know some of you out there love to embrace hustle culture, but it's not always essential when all you really need to do is just get the work done. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these systems and how you can better perfect that. So let's get it out of the way. There are 3 pillars of automated book sales, and this is going to take me about a handful of minutes to kind of go through each one of these core pillars. The very first one, right out the top, you guys know I'm going to be going for something like this. Email lists. You're going to want to make sure that you automate reader capture. And you want to get your readers from over off of Amazon, off of Kobo, off of Apple, and move them over into your ecosystem. So how do we do that? First and foremost, sure, we can go ahead and put up a generic, landing page for our email list. It could probably be just subscribe and I'll give you a back rub and some discounts. Maybe not that first part. That might get a little bit too overboard. But I think the ones that really know this system and how to attract more readers to subscribe to your email newsletters with lead magnets. Now, I've referred to them as reader magnets, lead magnets, bribes, whatever you want to name it. It is essentially that little token of your appreciation to join your email newsletter. This could be something as simple as a free chapter, could probably be a prequel, could be a spinoff, could be a sequel, could be a list. I had a list when I was a fitness author. It was a top 10 fitness tools. That thing pulled me in thousands of new subscribers. Took me literally 5 minutes to whip together over in Canva. It was pretty impressive that I was able to do something like that. So don't overthink about your lead magnets and test out various ones because some might resonate with some readers and others, they'll probably do without. So you got the lead magnets. Of course, the landing pages. I mentioned that ever so briefly that you're going to end up creating something like that through, services. So if you use an email marketing service like my preferred one's MailerLite, there's MailChimp, there's Kit, formerly known as ConvertKit, there's even Author Letter. And with each of these services, they offer the option for you to create a landing page. Now this makes it to where it's dead simple. All you have to do is set it up. Person arrives on the page and they either sign up for your email newsletter or they leave. So that squeeze page is going to bring in all of your new subscribers. And the nice thing is you don't need to be available. This is just going to put it all out there. You're good to go. It runs all the time. Now, I see a lot of authors just dragging their feet about email marketing because they're sometimes afraid that there's a steep learning curve. And yeah, you do have a little bit of learning ahead of you if you're not used to this business. But here's the beauty of setting up a landing page for email marketing is you do it once. You can go back and tweak it if you want to, but as soon as you set it up once, you're good to go. And I'm going to tell you, as soon as you figure out how to do one page, you'll be able to do a dozen pages even easier. So take your time, make a great landing page that's going to impress your readers. And there's also some book funnel platforms that will send you readers on a regular basis. And I've talked about a few of them before, including Story Origin, Book Funnel, ebook fairs. All of them get it to where they can bring in your new email subscribers through various aspects. It could be any type of things such as group promos, newsletter swaps, so on and so forth. Get that email list going. This is one of the absolute musts of every author today. If you don't have it today, I'm not trying to guilt you into it, but it might be a good idea. Today is the day. You're going to start email marketing, and this is going to take one little step at a time. You also, in the 3 core pillars, the next one's going to be automate, nurture. So we're looking at email sequences. Yeah, seems like we're all going to talk about nothing but email newsletters, but I promise you it's going to expand here just a little bit into the very next one. Set up a welcome sequence that builds trust. So when you have your email marketing service, in a lot of instances, they're going to give you the option to do automation or set up some type of email sequence for when somebody subscribes to your email newsletter, they're going to be sent emails on a drip feed, if you will. So the very first one's going to be like a welcome email. And in that welcome email, you should be introducing yourself. You should be telling them exactly what they should expect to get. And if you've been offering them a reader magnet, you want to, of course, provide them with the link or the download for that. So that way they're all set. Now, landing pages, dead simple. You can probably make them within, 15 minutes tops. Welcome sequences require a little bit more work, and especially if you want to build out a welcome sequence over the long haul. I like to build out a welcome sequence that's going to go out for at least 30 days. I'm really thinking about going 90 days because I have so much content that I can provide people, but that's just me thinking out loud. So get that welcome sequence going because it really does help to build trust, and it fosters and nurtures a wonderful relationship between you and your reader. Pitching naturally without feeling spammy. All right, so here's the deal is what you're going to want to have is a welcome sequence all set up, ready to rock and roll. But you also want to make sure that you're organically sharing with your email subscribers exactly what it is that you do and the products that you offer, be it your books, if you will. And without being super spammy, what you can be able to do is, first of all, tell people you're an author inside your email sequence, but also share things such as any reviews that you've gotten for a publication. Because when you share that review, you can say, hey, check out this review over at xyz.com. They click on that link, they go on over, they read it, and they say, this is a great review. I'm going to go ahead and buy myself this book. Notice it was very indirect. It was very subtle. Let's say you win an award through Book Award Pro. Another good subtle way to kind of go about things. So I could be saying, hey, look, Literary Titan just gave me a gold book award for my book, Wereberry Shapeshifter Romance. And you can take a look at where I won over at Literary Titan at xyz.com. And you just send on over towards that direction. Again, getting that third-party credibility will go a long way. But don't be afraid sometimes of just stepping out and saying, buy my book. Because if you've built and delivered enough trust and value between you and your email subscriber, it's not going to feel spammy. They're going to want to naturally support you and buy your books. And then, of course, setting up evergreen offers. This is one thing I would recommend is that you start to think about beyond the book. How can you be able to give even more value to your reader? As nonfiction authors, it's dead simple. You just got to think about how do I upsell somebody from my book? You could put in a tripwire after they've done a reader magnet. So let's say they see a reader magnet. It's the prequel to my Wereberry Shapeshifter series. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up as a reader, and then instantly my email service is going to do a trigger to where it will pop up an offer to that person. And that offer could be something as simple as a more detailed report. Maybe it could be a novella, it could be a novel, any number of these things, but you're going to upsell that person. Keep it below $10 because, I mean, when they look at $10, it's going to be like, okay, this is pretty affordable. And when they've hit that tripwire, the very next step is going to be how do you upsell beyond that? It could be courses, it could be consults, it could be done for you type services, any number of these things. Set up these things and put them inside your sequence. So that way it's dead simple for you to continue to kind of push those types of things. The third pillar, if you will, is going to be automate discoverability. Now this is for search engine optimization and wide distribution. Folks, I've talked about keywords till, oh gosh, I've been talking about it a long time. Keywords are absolutely critical in you getting discoverable, especially your work. Places like Amazon relies on keywords in your category selection. Places like YouTube or even your blogs require search engine optimization. Take your time, learn the systems, learn exactly what keyword phrases that your ideal readers are searching for, and that's what you're going to want to tap into. There are a number of keyword tools you can tap into. I've shared some of them before. This is not inside the show notes. Dibbly Create's got Kip Scout. You can get that 100% free for Chrome browser extension. Yeah, it's not perfect, but they're definitely working on it to make it better. It will make your life a little bit easier, though, looking at quick things such as rank, number. The Amazon bestseller rank is one of those, how much it costs, how many reviews you have, things like that. That still functions very well. There's also Publisher Rocket you can dip into, and there's other keyword tools you can look into, none of them that I'm probably going to get behind. Oh, also, you want to see about becoming more discoverable? Go beyond Amazon. Now, I totally understand. Please don't tune me out when you start to go, but Dale, KDP Select treats me really well. That is okay. Stay with Amazon exclusivity if it's treating you well. If it's not treating you well, if you're not making at least $1,000 per month or more from one given title that's enrolled inside the KDP Select program, it might be a good time to think about publishing wide. Now, bear in mind that in the event your ebook is enrolled in KDP Select, that does not rule out what you can do for your print books, being the paperback and hardcover edition, as well as the audiobook edition for some of you out there. So you're going to want to make sure that you tap into those other avenues. Go wide with those ones. Now, that one exception, of course, is going to be Audiobook Creation Exchange. If you happen to be exclusive to them, that's fine. Again, same rule as what I gave you with KDP Select. But if you find it's not treating you well, publish wide, so new audiences can find you without all of the extra effort. Go to the various different platforms. Take advantage of everything that you can. And by the way, this is not inside my show notes. Wide publishing for authors is available through every major online retailer. Go over to dalehanks.com/widebook for more details. You'll be able to find out everything you need to know about wide publishing. Also consider about author pages and profiles that convert. Places like Amazon Author Central, BookBub, Goodreads are a handful of them. You can also look into other premium services like StoryAd creates their own author pages and profiles as well as websites over on them. You're gonna want to make sure that you have some presence online, and with places like Amazon Author Central, BookBub, and Goodreads, it's relatively autopilot. Sure, sometimes you're going to need to go in there and add a publication when it comes out brand new, but places like Goodreads typically gets it within the first couple of days. At least that's been my experience whenever I've published a book. So get yourself out there as much as possible. Now here's some advanced automation ideas as we start to wrap up today's podcast. Very first thing is social media. If you are painstakingly posting every single last thing yourself at a specific time, you're doing it wrong. Schedule your social posts with tools like my preferred ones, Content Studio. I picked up a lifetime access to it over an AppSumo a number of years ago, but they're still fantastic if you happen to pick up a monthly or annual plan with them. Buffer's another one, Later's another one, Hootsuite's another one. Get some type of a scheduling tool that you can get those things all handled. I believe X or Twitter at one point did have the ability to schedule, but it's been a while since I've done it, since I go into Content Studio. So explore each one of those platforms. Facebook, I believe, you can do some scheduling further out. But all that to say this, if you can remove that friction, if you're on multiple social media avenues, then what you're going to want to do is transition over to something that aggregates all that and sends it out for you all at once. So that way it is dead simple. Also, set up some retargeting ads. Places like Amazon ads, one of the greatest ways to put things on autopilot. Not to say that you should set up ads and just walk away from it. Amazon ads are going to require at least your daily attention, if not weekly attention. I check my ads every Thursday morning. I get it done. It's banged out of the way. But I'm a bit more experienced in Amazon ads. So if you're not experienced, I'd say put in daily work until you got the hang of it. And then Facebook has retargeting, where you can even take your email newsletter, grab those emails, and build a lookalike audience for your Facebook ads. Kind of nice. Also, automating limited time promotions. You can do this through services like BookBub, Written Word Media, and my latest partners, Crave Books, will also help you out on that. When in doubt, when it comes to automation and figuring out how you can take more off of your plate, I'm going to give you a suggestion. And please don't close up your ears and go, la, la, la. Don't hear me on this one right here. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to help you pick apart exactly where you're going wrong with how you're automating your business, where you can automate your business, and furthermore, AI can actually go ahead and help you out with some of the copy if you train it up just right. That is the beauty of using artificial intelligence. This is whether you use something like ChatGPT, which I'm a big fan of, Dibly Create, an even bigger fan of. There's a ton of AI tools out there, so just go over and explore those things. I'm not telling you to sell your soul. I'm not telling you to come over to the dark side of the force. What I am suggesting to you is lean on AI to help you figure out how to better automate your business, so that way you're not grinding it out and banging your head against the wall figuring out when's my next sale going to come. Hey, one final little here plug for my sponsors. Want more awards and reviews without the hassle? I use Book Award Pro to keep my books winning, and you can too. Start today when you visit my affiliate link at daylinks.com/bookawardpro. Here are my final thoughts, folks. You don't have to be everywhere at once. Yeah, you don't need to be ubiquitous here, folks. Just take a step back. You don't have to burn out trying to promote your books 24/7. It's just some of those efforts just don't pay off, folks. The smartest indie authors build systems that work for them, even when they're not online. Every landing page you create, every email sequence you set up, every piece of discoverable content you put out there is an investment in your future sales and in your freedom as a writer. Start small, build smart, and before you know it, you'll have books selling themselves while you're off doing what you love most. Hopefully writing the next book, of course. You've got this. As we start to wrap up today's broadcast, I want to, of course, bring to your attention that next week is going to be part 10 of the 12-part series, How to Run Profitable Ads Without Losing Your Shirt. Lord knows we don't need to lose any shirts, especially, nobody likes us to be nude, right? No. Well, maybe some of us, but I know I'm probably not on that list. So find out how to run a profitable ad without losing your shirt. That'll be in next week's podcast recording, all joking aside. I look forward to chatting with you next week. Take care, and I'll see you then.